Hi, my name is Cara, and I'm really excited to be your statistics instructor this term. And I want to give you a little overview and introduction, and also explain a little bit of how this course is going to work. It's really important to be able to get started, and also to make sure that this type of course is going to be the right match for your learning style. So just in case you're brand new to PCC, here's how you get into the class. I've logged into my PCC. And over to the right is probably right behind my video, my little face on the video. There's a little computer icon, and that takes you to your D2L homepage. That will show you D2L Desire to Learn or D2L Brightspace, all mean the same thing. This will take you to all of your courses, and because we're in remote operations right now, all of your courses should have a D2L shell, whether they're either online, which is fully asynchronous, or they're remote, synchronous, or partially synchronous. There's a lot of different things going on right now. So I'm going to click on our course, which looks like this. And you will see I'll just kind of give you a walkthrough overview of this shell here. On the right are some really important links right under my picture here. So we have a link to our Zoom classroom and office hours. It's the same link this term, and a list of my different times, office hours and tutoring hours with the tutoring center link. And then in this announcement is where I'm going to post this video. So I'll be replacing this video here, and then in the next video is a MyOpenMath walkthrough. So that shows you how to get started in our free online homework system. Okay, so before I go through these, I'm calling this a hybrid remote. That's because if we were in regular times on campus, this would be called a hybrid class. We only meet once a week instead of twice a week. So it's kind of, and the reason it's called a hybrid is halfway between an online and a face-to-face class. Okay, so we are still in remote operations though, so it will be, our face-to-face part will be on Zoom, and we get to meet once a week. So we only have 10 meetings. So I want to make every minute count, and I want to make that time be really valuable for you. I'm really excited that we get to meet because, you know, it's kind of boring just being around home. So I'm really excited to get to meet you and get to know you. So let's go through the tabs at the top here. So Course Home will bring you back to this page. Content I'll come back to because that's where we'll spend most of our time. Discussions is where you're going to have, there's a place to post like Q&A and different questions from different modules. And then in this first introductory week, you'll have an introduction assignment. Often you have these in an online class, but since we're part online, part face-to-face, we're going to do this part online. So that's our discussion tab. Assignments is where you'll find, it's a shortcut to assignment. So each assignment will be linked in the content where you need it, but this is a shortcut to get to all the assignments. And you can see all the assignments we'll have for the whole term. Online rooms is another way to get to our class meeting. You can see we have a session. Over here you would have a join button. So you have a join button when it comes time for each class. MyOpenMath is the free online homework system, and you will see that in the next video. It was recorded in a prior term, so things might look a little different, but it's the same idea. And oops, I have to move my recording window a little bit. Okay, so then after that is our free online textbook. There are some great features to this textbook. So any section that you're in, you can read it just like a regular textbook, but then if you want to practice, you can use these checkpoints. So as you're reading through, you'll see a checkpoint, and then it asks you a question, and then you can click on this footnote and it will bring up the answer for you. So it's really nice to be able to practice without seeing the answer right in front of your face. So I really like this feature of this textbook. I definitely suggest using this. Also here you can see another this is actually the homework questions, and the odd ones you'll see solution right there. This is a free online textbook. You can purchase a paper copy in the bookstore if you want it. It will be mailed to your house. I suggest trying it with the online book first. A lot of students don't use the book a whole lot. It depends if you really like to read or not. Everything will be in our class videos, so maybe go with the online version for a little bit and see if you like that or not. See if that's enough before you go ahead and purchase the textbook. Okay, back to D2L. Then grades, I don't think I'm in student view, so I can't show you that right now. That will give you a list of all assignments and any scores you have in your current grade. So that's nice to be able to check. Class list will show you everyone who's in our class if you want to contact someone by email. And then under more, you'll see class progress, which is just kind of nice to see everything that you've gone through. And under help, there's a lot of good things. There's some D2L help, D2L videos. The student help desk is great. If you ever have a technology issue, you can call them or email them and they'll help. I've used them myself for the faculty help desk, and they're very knowledgeable and helpful. Also, we have online tutoring in addition to our regular campus tutoring, which is now on Zoom. This is a broader, it's called a Western Consortium of tutoring. So there are kind of more hours, more subjects, things like that. Accessibility information also right here. Okay, so those are all the tabs in our course. I'm going to go to content because that's the one we're going to use the most. And let me go back to, okay, so I'm on getting started here. And if you're brand new to D2L or online courses or hybrid or Zoom courses, then I definitely suggest this Getting Started tab. There's some information right here. This is general. I didn't put it here. The college puts this here, so it's the same for every course. If you take an online course, then there's a little bit more here because there's a little bit more responsibility with an online course. But if you're pretty familiar with D2L and you've taken some remote classes before, then you could go right here to course information. And so I've put on the top here to please complete this by 1 p.m. on Wednesday. We do have a wait list, and so it's important to make sure people are engaged and going to participate. You know, if you're going to drop, then I need to know that so I can let someone in off the wait list. But we'll have our class on Tuesday, so we'll be able to, you know, answer any questions you have then. So this is our welcome module or course information module, and I'll just give you an overview. I won't go through everything, but there's an introduction, there's a land acknowledgement to acknowledge the history of our land. There's some information about me, just get to know me a little better. And there's our syllabus, our course calendar, our link to my Open Math homework system to get that set up, and then a introduction. That I mentioned that before in the discussions, place to introduce yourself. It tells you right in here what all to do, say. And then there's just an intro assignment that helps me get to know you better. Okay, so that is for sort of our introductory stuff for the course. And then there's also a place to ask questions. So you can, of course, ask them in class, but you can also ask them here. And other students can answer them. I can answer them. You can also post anonymous questions if you prefer. Okay, so that is our course information module. The next thing is Print Me, which is optional. You're not required to print anything for this class, but some people like to have things on paper, and so it's available to you if you want. And because our campuses are closed, printing is not available there, but I have heard that a lot of the libraries are printing, and I've heard that Multnomah County is printing for free. Washington County, I've heard it depends on the library. So check out a library near you or check out Multnomah County libraries for free printing. I have it all set up for you so that if you do need to go somewhere to print, you can do everything one time. So this is all the lecture notes. So our lectures will be on video, and you'll see that my teacher friend Julia and we both are in some of the videos. So you'll see us writing on the paper in the videos. These are the blank notes that we're writing on. So you don't have to write all that extra stuff, graphs or data. You can just fill it in. These are like fill-in notes. So these are the blank ones for the whole term. I think it's about 66 pages. These are all the assignments for the whole term. And then we have some practice problems for the midterm and practice problems for the final. So these are all the things you might want on paper, and you can print those out if you want to. Now, everything can be turned in on blank paper. That is not a problem at all. Also, I will have Word docs inside the modules. So if you prefer to take your notes on the computer, you can do that too. So you've got a lot of options, and you can play around and find out what option works best for you. Or you might know from previous classes that you've taken. You might already know that. So that's the print me file. The Word docs and stuff will also be in each module. This is just if you need to go somewhere to print, or you want to print all at once. You've got that here. I suggest putting it in a binder, 3-hole punch, put it in a binder so that, because you're going to have a lot of paper, so you want to keep it organized. Okay, then the next tab down here is resources. Just a lot of different resources, campus resources in some Zoom, and some like free Microsoft Office for students, other Brightspace and Zoom things, how to take a screenshot. And then we get to module 1. So every week is considered one module. So week 1 or module 1 kind of mean the same thing. And you'll see we have all the way down through week 10, and then module 11, which is below my recording screen, that's our finals week. So all of these modules are going to look very similar. The only ones that are different are the midterm week and the final week. So once you get into the rhythm of it, you'll see there's a pattern, and you'll go very smoothly for the whole term. So this is what an overall week will look like. Okay, so what it will look like is first you'll have lecture and notes. Okay, so let me click on this one to show you. Mine might look a little different. Let me go to student view, so because mine might look just a little bit different. Let me go back to content, module 1. Okay, yours just has a completion bar at the top. Okay, so first we have module 1, lecture and notes. There's a little overview at the top of the different topics we're going to cover. And then these notes are separated by module. So this is the blank again for the PDF for printing, or a Word doc for typing. Also, I have the filled in notes. So if that's helpful for you to be able to refer to something, then you have that available also. Of course, I still recommend watching the videos, but feel free to use those filled in notes however that's helpful. Okay, now so this is called also kind of a flipped class. So to make sure that we spend our 2.5 hours most wisely in our class, the videos will be watched before class, and that will allow us to actually use that information, do the harder part, the practice and the activities and practice homework problems. We'll do that together in class. So I do have some videos for you to watch before our first class. I know it's kind of a lot, especially since we're meeting on Tuesday. But I do feel like that will be the best use of our time. So that's why I'm really trying to get this video and the D2L shell open for you early. So our first module has several videos, and they're short, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 12 minutes. So they're fairly short in each one. So we've got introduction to statistics, reading data, analyzing data, observational studies and experiments, sampling methods, and experiments. Also, if you've taken Math 105, a lot of this will be really familiar to you. Or if you've taken stats before, a lot of this vocabulary will be familiar to you. So please watch these videos and write down your notes. So either print the notes pages if you want and write on there, or write your notes on plain paper. Either one is fine. In each module, there's a lot of optional materials. So a lot of people have taught stats online and sort of collected all these different statistical things. You don't have to do any of them, but you can do as many as you want. So one of them is our textbook. There are, you can read, it tells you which sections it corresponds with, and then different lecture notes. Keep in mind that sometimes I do things differently than the book because I think it's a lot easier, faster, better method. The book is set up for an AP Stats test, which high school students would take to get credit for this class. I don't think they do things in the easiest fashion sometimes, so I definitely recommend our videos first. But if you want more, you can look at these slides, and then there are just a lot of different resources, including Khan Academy, different further exploration, different applications like polls, why did the polls miss Trump, things like that. So that is what one module, or sorry, that's not quite the whole module yet. That is the lecture and notes, okay? So this is what you would do, this part is what you would do before class each week. In week 2, you'll see module 2, lecture and notes, things like that. Okay, so then when we come to class, we will work on the class activity. And I'll show you this on Tuesday. I always have an agenda here, which you can refer to anytime, that has our plan for the day. And then we will have some Google Docs, because since we're all remote, we can collaborate together in Google Docs. So when you get your Zoom number, your room, you will click on the group, and then I will be posting solutions here after class, and you'll be able to access the recording in online rooms. You'll get participation points for participating in doing this activity. If you miss class though, you can still make up those points by doing the activity and uploading it. Okay, so that brings me back to our next item, which is uploading the class activity, but only if you miss class. If you're there and participating, I see that, I put in the points automatically, and I see your work in the Google Doc. And it's collaborative work. If you're not there, it's still important to practice and do the work. You can use the solutions to help you. I can help you, classmates can help you, all that good stuff. Okay, so then after class, you can do the online homework. That is practice in MyOpen Math. You'll see all about that in the next video. You have unlimited tries to get 100% on that. Then each week you'll have a homework assignment. This is a written homework assignment where I can give you feedback. The online homework is instant feedback for practice. So you have a good sense of that, that you're doing things right. Then you write out your graded problem set. When I say write out, you can write it or type it just like the notes. Let me click on this so you can see the different options. You'll have a Word doc and a PDF available. Remember, in the Print Me file, these are all in the Print Me file. We have 9 of them because our midterm week does not have one of these. So we have 9 assignments, and you can either just print those all out, or you can print as you go, or you can write it on paper or type in the Word doc. Okay, and then at the very bottom, let me move my screen down. At the very bottom, there is a link to the questions for Module 1. There's a link to that discussion. Okay, so that is the end of Module 1, and that is an overview of how our class is going to work. So I think the most important thing is getting a little bit familiar with the D2L shell, and then watching those Module 1 videos before our first class. And if someone's not able to do that, of course, we're going to help that person. They'll be able to use the notes in the book and still participate in the activity. It's just that I think it will make the most sense and feel the most comfortable if you are able to watch the videos before class. And then you'll see how the system works, and then you'll watch the second set of videos before our second class, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, feel free to email me. You can contact me before our class starts. I also have office hours on the Monday. I also have office hours on Mondays, which is before our class starts. So I will be there on Monday from 4:30 to 5:30. Let me go back to our homepage because it's right there. Office hours are Mondays 4:30 to 5:30, and then this is because a lot of our due dates are Monday nights, so that's helpful. And then Tuesdays right after class, 3:30 to 4:30, and then Thursdays I'll be in the tutoring center. Let me just show you one more thing. If you feel like you've got it, you're welcome to stop the video. But on the syllabus, there's also kind of an overview of this pattern. It's both in the syllabus and the calendar. So let me show you those in case you feel like you want to hear it again. And also see it at the same time. So let me go to the calendar first. At the top of the calendar is our general weekly pattern. So this is kind of how I explained it before, but this is really helpful to see. So before each Zoom class, you're going to watch the lecture videos and take notes. And then Tuesdays, we're going to meet on Zoom, 1 to 3:20. And then we'll work on those activities together. Then you're welcome to attend office hours and tutoring hours as needed. Of course, help each other. And then the next Monday by 11:59 p.m. is when the My Open Math homework and the graded problem set will be due. This one is the free online homework system, and the graded problem set is the one that you either write or type out and you upload in D2L. Okay, so that's our general pattern. And then if you're curious, our midterm will be online and our final will be online. They will be in the My Open Math homework system, but you'll be uploading your steps so that I can give credit there. And you'll have a 3-hour window anytime on these days. Okay, so if these windows conflict with your schedule, you can just contact me. We can shift it a little bit. And then in the calendar here is also talks about which chapters we'll be looking at each week. So within that same pattern, will be every week it says watch lecture videos before class, and then this is the chapters those are based on. Same thing, module 2. And for each week we have the My Open Math and the graded problem set. And then this course information module also gives those few things that are inside the course intro, which you'll be doing: creating a My Open Math account, making your introduction post and replying to 2 students, giving me some info in your mathography. Okay, so if these aren't completed by Wednesday at 1, I'll be contacting you just to make sure that everything's okay. Okay, great. Well, I hope that gives you a good overview of the class. When we get together on Tuesday, we'll get to meet each other and spend a little more time and talk about what we want our class to be like. And then we will go into our first Module 1 activities so that you can get some practice for those first assignments. Okay, I'm looking forward to working with you. And so if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.